When Samsung was about to announce their A series devices, I was really skeptical of how they would place them. Usually Samsung Galaxy A series devices are built well and look great, but they're usually overpriced and don't offer specs equivalent to their prices. Now Samsung is trying to put the A series in a different segment placed right above the M series devices, the M30 review which went live a couple of days back. You can click the banner on the top right to go check it out. We're checking out today the A50. It's Samsung's A series higher end device in comparison to the A30, and we feel that it's a great product at a great price. Let's find out more in this review. Now, if you don't already subscribe to iGyaan, take a moment now to hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification icon with the always option so that you get notified every time we put beautifully shot tech videos online. The Samsung Galaxy A50 is priced at 19,990 rupees. There is also the Samsung Galaxy A30 which is available for 16,990, and we'll do a more detailed video on that in a couple of days. At the outset, the Galaxy A50 is a gorgeous looking device. If you flip it over to the back, you've got this really nice metallic finish blue color that we have over here, but is also available in a white that almost looks identical to that seen on the Galaxy S10 Plus. The Galaxy A50 is built rather well. It's only 7.7 millimeters in terms of thickness, and the back of the phone is a glass back which curves into the edges of the device, which give a really ergonomical fit in the hand, and the phone feels rather comfortable while holding it. The front is mostly display, and the camera is housed in an Infinity U notch. The front has Corning Gorilla Glass 3, and a version of hardened glass is used on the back of the phone as well. All in all, the phone looks good and is built very well with no shake or rattle and not easy to bend at all. Now the front is entirely a display, and you get a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display with a 19.5:9 aspect ratio, a total of 403 pixels per inch. This display is really gorgeous. It's bright and vivid. It's easy to view indoors as well as outdoors, and you have great viewing angles. Until you see this display up close and personal, you don't see how the colors really pop on this display. There's a good amount of color and deep levels of black, and if you don't like the color profiles set by Samsung, you can also jump into the settings and adjust the screen mode and adjust the color temperatures as per your requirement. This display is great for watching content, viewing videos, or even gaming, which I'm going to demonstrate in a while. All in all, you can't ask for a better display at this price. With the 2340 by 1080 pixel resolution, the only next update would be a 2K display, which we don't see happening in the near future, especially at this price. The display also houses an in-display fingerprint sensor. Now, this is not the same fingerprint sensor that you see on the Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus. It's not an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. It's one of those that you see more on the OnePlus 6T, and on this device it works well. Sometimes it does take a little bit of a time to recognize your finger and unlock it, but the setup is quite easy, and the overall process of the phone unlocking with the fingerprint sensor on the display is good. Again, under 20,000 rupees, Samsung offering these features is really good. For those who want slightly less security, you can also use the face unlock, which is included using the front facing camera. It's not the safest, and I would recommend that you stick to the fingerprint sensor or use a highly secure pin or pattern unlock. The Galaxy A50 gets the Exynos 9610 octa-core chipset with 4 cores at 2.3 GHz and 4 cores at 1.6 GHz. You also get the Mali G72 MP3 GPU. Now, all of this translates to really good day-to-day performance. Multitasking, jumping between apps, and using basic applications is really good. If you're planning on gaming on this device, you'll be thoroughly surprised from the performance of the phone. Not only is the display great for gaming, but also the phone performs really well. Games like PUBG will run on high graphics with a really good frame rate, and you can also turn on HDR if that's something that you want in your gaming experience. We're testing out the 4GB plus 64GB variant, which performs really well as far as day-to-day usage and gaming is concerned. You can also get a 6GB variant if that's something that you need, but the additional RAM will only improve day-to-day multitasking and long-term usage, and not as much improve your gaming experience or general app usage. From a benchmark standpoint, in comparison to devices like the Poco F1, the Galaxy A50 does underperform. With the optimization done to the Exynos chip by Samsung and the usage of the new user interface is rather good, and the performance from the device is also rather impressive. In the 10 days that we tested tested this device, we found that the phone does not lag or stutter, and the overall day-to-day performance remains consistent, which then leads to an overall satisfactory experience from the device. Now, speaking of software optimizations, the phone gets Android 9 out of the box along with the One UI 1.1. This is a really good user interface by Samsung, and it's clean, minimal, and some of the new designs, including the settings panel, which now offers a dark mode, is really clean and looks good on the AMOLED display. You continue to get things like the always-on display, which replaces the need for a notification panel. You can also customize this as per your requirements. You will also get Bixby by sliding towards the left of the home screen, along with your usual set of Samsung applications. You also get Microsoft apps that can be disabled, and a few apps including Daily Hunt and Amazon, which can be uninstalled if you don't need them. Samsung also offers the game launcher, which allows you to individually customize games for performance, and you can also focus on performance while you're using a game. You can also dismiss notifications or turn notifications off so that you don't get interference while you're playing games. This feature is really handy and works really well on the Samsung Galaxy A50, and again, if you're somebody who plays a lot of games on his phone, you'll thoroughly enjoy this experience. Now, the phone also gets Samsung Pay Mini. It is missing a full-fledged Samsung Pay app, which I would have liked to see on the phone. You do get a whole host of Samsung applications, and you also have a radio app for those who still listen to the radio on their phones. You will need a headset to run this. You can also download loads of Samsung applications from the App Store if you do use them and are shifting from a Samsung phone to this device. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A50 offers up a really good set of cameras. The front-facing camera is a 25 megapixel selfie camera. It's got a good viewing angle and an f2 aperture, which means it'll perform well in low light environments. You also get a whole host of beauty modes and a live focus feature that works really good on the Galaxy A50. Images come out consistently sharp and in focus, and the blurring of the background in the live focus mode is actually really good. You also get 1080p video, which is only at 30 frames per second, but the quality of the video and the overall color from the video looks really nice. Now, the main cameras utilize three sensors. The first is a 25 megapixel sensor, which offers up a f1.7 aperture, which means that low light images should come out really sharp on this, and which is what we saw consistently with the Galaxy A50. The main camera also has face detect autofocus, and this is what you will be primarily using if you use the auto mode on the phone. The phone also has a scene optimizer that automatically selects the best settings depending on what you're clicking a picture of. Think of it as the AI mode that you've seen on many other devices, wherein which it will optimize if you're clicking pictures of food or a landscape or even plants. It works really well and gets the right color mostly all the time, and we found it to perform consistently and deliver good results. Images in general are really sharp and full of dynamic range, and the focus is almost always on point when using the camera app in the auto mode. The phone also has a pro mode, which allows you to customize only the ISO, white balance, and the exposure value compensation. You do get a panorama and the live focus that we've seen on many other devices, which then allows you to rack focus and also create a portrait dolly effect or video GIFs if that's something that you need, and then these can be shared on social media. Again, these are features that we've seen on higher end devices now coming to the A series and working really well on this device. A big letdown for me is the fact that the phone only captures 1080p video, and in the settings panel, despite there being an announcement for 2160 or 4K video, this phone does not offer that. The rear camera will only offer a full resolution of 2336 by 1080 pixels, which is a weird size, and I wouldn't recommend using that. Now, next to the standard sensor, you get an 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide sensor. Now, this performs great. It has a 120 degree plus viewing angle, which is almost identical to the human eye. So exactly what you see with your eyes is the exact frame that you can get on the phone. This works in video as well as photographs, and with an f2.2 aperture, you won't get the best low light performance, but it's designed more for capturing landscapes or a group photo, which you would find in usually daylight unless you're clicking pictures at a party. The third sensor is a 5 megapixel depth sensor. Now, this comes in handy for clicking live focus pictures, and that is basically the only function that this sensor has. It also helps the main sensor get things in focus when you're capturing photos in the auto mode. The phone also offers up slow-mo video and hyperlapse, which work great and look good on the device. Overall, the camera performance of the Samsung Galaxy A50 is really impressive, and you will really enjoy capturing images with this phone, and they look amazing on the Super AMOLED display and even better when shared online. Now, the phone offers dual SIM card slots. Now, these are dedicated slots, and both of them offer VoLTE. There's also a micro SD card expansion slot, which can offer up to 512 gigabytes of expansion using micro SD cards. So in total, you can get upwards of 600 gigabyte on your phone while you're using the device, which is great if you pick the 128 gigabyte storage option. Now, phone calls are great, and audio quality from the earpiece as well as the microphone going to the other side is also excellent. Noise cancellation works really well on this device, and the overall audio experience during phone phone calls is impressive. The phone does not heat up in tests that we conducted while gaming or while being on the phone for long periods of time. You can also intelligently switch data while you're on a call, so it'll automatically transfer data settings to the other SIM card while you're receiving a call so that your messages and notifications continue to come through. The phone uses a Type-C connector and offers 15-watt fast charging for the 4000 mAh battery. Now this takes upwards of 1.5 hours to fully charge up the device, and the phone, unlike what the rumor suggested, doesn't support wireless charging, so you don't get that feature, which should be included now because Samsung's been including it in their flagships for I think at least 3 to 4 years. Now with the 4000 mAh battery, you can get a screen on time of upwards of 6.5 to 7 hours, which is impressive thanks to the software optimization, the battery optimization, and the new displays which consume lesser battery than before. The Samsung Galaxy A50 is a surprisingly good device from Samsung. Like I said, I didn't expect the phone to be priced so well. It has an in-display fingerprint sensor, a gorgeous Super AMOLED display, and a really nice, beautiful build, which is also robust and does have Gorilla Glass on the front, even though if it's a few generations older Gorilla Glass 3. The phone has good cameras on the front as well as the back, and overall performance from the device is rather good. Now in comparison to devices like the Poco F1, which sort of reigns supreme in this price tag, the phone may not perform as well on benchmarks and in terms of the hardware comparison, but the phone offers certain everyday things that will come in handy. The in-display fingerprint sensor that works really well, the now Infinity U notch Super AMOLED display, and the One UI which work really well. Software optimization is really good and the phone does not heat up, and in a general comparison I found that the phone performs as well on gaming as the Poco F1, if not slightly better in certain cases. You also get the Samsung brand and their service and support network, which is one of the best, if not the best, as far as Android devices are concerned in the market. Now if you guys want a full detailed comparison with devices like the Poco F1 or even with devices like the Redmi Note 7 Pro or the cheaper Samsung Galaxy M30, do let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video guys, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a part of Team iGyaan, and hit the bell notification icon with the always option so that you get notified each time we upload beautifully short tech videos. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.
I don't know what I need, but I feel there's something missing. Someone's missing me. I don't know if what we had was just a waste of time. You got 70,000 friends, but I am one of them.